So money, even though you gave it to me, I'm gonna give it back to you to make sure that when there's, I have a good name instead of this money in my pocket. Now I have a good name with this person. Okay, so now the person was thankful and grateful that I came back and gave them the money. Now spiritually, that's storing up treasure because I want the spiritual virtue and the reward of doing that righteous act more than I want that money that's gonna probably get spent in the next few days. Okay. So in a multitude of counselors, there is safety. When you're talking and counseling with people, that we know that, okay, a good name is rather to be chosen than riches. So now we have a situation between keeping your name or making money. We're going to choose what? To keep our name and live with that integrity. Because there's Alahai and Mala'akim, spiritual forces around us that's taking notes of everything we're doing. All right? So you have to be without guile before men. So they can't lay any blame against you now. Okay, so from there, let's go to chapter 15, verse 22. Now let's read that.
Without counsel, purposes are disappointed.
So without counsel, purposes are disappointed. Meaning without righteous counsel and judgment from the scriptures, the purpose that you might have to do something is going to be disappointed. Meaning whatever you have it appointed to do, that appointment is not going to be met. You're going to miss that appointment. That's disappointment. So it says what? It says without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but what?
But in the multitude of counsels, they are safe.
Multitude of counselors, meaning
they are established.
Right, meaning people that are constantly dealing in this book. Dealing in how to solve problems, how to make decisions based on this scripture right here. Okay? You can look at verse, any scripture, you can pick out any verse in here and apply that to a situation. So it says, in the house, for example, verse 1, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. That's telling you in a vehement, heated situation or argument, give a soft answer. And that person's negative spirit they have on them will be quenched once you do it in the consciousness of the knowledge of applying the wisdom of Christ to that situation. Okay? So that soft answer is going to make their wrath turn 180 degrees, right? Because that's the rules of the game. See, now you operate on a higher spiritual level. You know the rules of the game now. So now when you say, man, I should go over there and bust in his face and blah, 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 I say, nah, man, give a soft answer to him. Do something to calm the situation down. You might be called a punk. You might be called soft. You might be called, you might be called weak. But that's a sign of spiritual strength. Because you're suppressing your base nature in order to arrive at a more righteous solution to the situation with no negative repercussions. You can always go back and fight somebody. Punch them in the face if that's what needs to be done. But it's hard to go and do that, you know what I'm saying, make peace with that person if you start out like that. So when you start out peaceable and you start out with counsel to give that soft answer, now you can always step up the game. But the scripture says that if your enemy is thirsty, give him what? Drink. If he's hungry, give him what? Give him food. So in doing so, what are you doing? You pour hot coals of fire upon his head. When you give him that drink or that food, you pour hot coals of fire on his head. So you attack, you fight your enemy spiritually. The scripture says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay? So we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So this guy that's coming at you is a vessel for a spirit to come to you and knock you off your course, make you stronger or make you weaker. When everything is said and done, do you feel stronger or weaker? So that's dealing with the counsel. But in the multitude of counsels they are established. When we're dealing in the righteousness of dealing with men and women that can look at this word, look at these scriptures and give sound advice. Okay? Sisters like Deborah. Okay, that was a prophetess in the time of in the time of Barak. Not these sisters halfway in and halfway out. Cool today and not cool tomorrow, but a strong, solid, modern Hebrew Israelite woman walking in the mindset of Deborah, walking in the mindset of a Rebecca, for example, or walked in the mindset of a Anna, the prophetess that lived at the temple when Yahawashi was born. When you're dealing with brothers and sisters like this, you can't go wrong because you surround yourself with this multitude of counsel. Okay, let's go to 2130. Let's go to Proverbs 21:30. Always look to the scriptures first. For any problem you have, you can't trust in your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, unless you know that what they're giving you is coming right out of this book. Right? Come out of this book.
21:30.
Proverbs 21:30.
There is no wisdom, no understanding, no counsel against Yahweh.
So there's no counsel, no wisdom or understanding against Yahweh. So if nothing can stand against the counsel of Yahweh, what am I going to sit back trying to give you my opinion on the situation? What am I going to sit back and tell you what I think or what I feel about this situation? My words should be laced with quotations. My words should be laced with paraphrases. My words should be laced with counsel out of this book. Not my opinion. That's why I say if I want to learn, if I want to know what words to live by, what scriptures do the scriptures, what words do the scriptures say we're supposed to be living by? It say by what? By every word. So if I'm supposed to be living by every word, and you're supposed to be living by every word, what do I look like giving you my words to live by? Those are words to die by. Cursed be man that does what? They trust in man and make it what? Flesh his arm. Cursed be one man that's following behind another man. Because man can go off. Man can lead you in a way that seems right, but is wicked and deceitful. Alright? Man will do that, but if your words are coming out of this book, no man can condemn you. That's what the scripture. This ain't Bible days. Prove it. I'm sticking that this is Bible days. Why? Because the prophecies in this Bible ain't been fulfilled. Alright? When Yahawashi came on the scene, when was Moses? Moses' time was like 1,000 something BC. Yahawashi came 1,000 years later fulfilling prophecies that was spoken of to Eve. To Eve. You understand? So there's never been a time lock on the Bible. Yahawashi came fulfilling prophecies, and it hasn't even fulfilled it totally yet when it says that he shall bruise the head of the serpent. All right? That the seed of Eve, that's what we're talking before Genesis was even recorded. You feel me? So who are these people talking about, oh, that's for a Bible? No, we still in Bible times, Goofy. This is Bible times we living in. Because the dragon, the seven-headed dragon from Revelation chapter 17, still hasn't been slain. Revelation 19, Christ coming with that, Yahawashi coming with that white horse, with a sword and a rod to rule over all nations with his garments red with blood, hasn't been fulfilled yet. So we are still living in Bible times. Right? Because the Bible, the total scriptures haven't been fulfilled yet. The deliverance of Israel, which we're going to try to go into, that hasn't been fulfilled yet. Okay? So that's why there's no counsel against the Most High. Get your concordance. You have to learn how to be a leader and a teacher of righteousness from this book. You got to counsel with other brothers and sisters that know the book, but then you got to take the initiative and be like, you know what? Let me look up gluttony, for example. Let me look up gluttony. Let me look up fasting, for example. Let me read through and see about different marital situations. Let me look and see about different disciplining of children, about how I should conduct the feast days and stuff like that. You know? When you go to the scriptures for these things, you say, well, you know, I was reading and blah, blah, blah. Nah. Well, you know, so-and-so says so-and-so, but when she tried that, such and such happened. You know what I'm saying? So you know that when you look at the scripture, you see exactly what they say, right? What happens is that you repeating what the word said. You repeating what the scriptures say. And when you repeat that, nobody can come against that counsel. Because it ain't your opinion no more. It's the Most High. So if you're solving the problem, You got to solve it with what? The